I was scared off rip. You feel me? So my first ever relationship, I was like,
they are lazy and cheap and don't want to spend money on women.
Red pill
walking around thinking that y'all the price because you got
nigga, what? I stay focused by blocking out the world.
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notifications button so you can get the videos as soon as I put them out. If you're looking for the music to the intro and you want the link to the second channel, both are below in the description. But can you do me a favor, hit the notifications button right now. All right, guys, I got about 5 videos for you today. The first video is going to be Rod Wave explaining his experimenting with dating before he became famous. And this may be one that a lot of you guys can relate to. The next video is going to be, I just came across this podcast today, and they had a debate about men who want women at a discount and why. And I kind of like their theory here, and I kind of like where they're going. I just came across this podcast, so this would be my first reaction to them. Next, we have the girl from the last video that you seen that was giving women a reality check, and she's doubling down this time with giving another reality check that I want you guys to pay attention to. Hold on, we need to put all this stuff on loop. And then we have, I like this one, where a lady is saying, do you really want to catch the STK? But she has a different definition for it. And this is another angle that I want a lot of you guys to pay attention to. Each video has a lesson learned in it. All right. And when I sit down and watch these videos, I'm always thinking which videos I can use to teach a lesson. Also, if you have any videos, send them to my email. But we're going to get started with Rod Wave and his relationship experiences.
you know what I'm saying? This is how it is.
Yeah.
You feel me? And before I even got my heart broke, I was already I don't know if it's just like I put my ear to the screen and like you hear so many stories about these girls and how they be crossing you and be holding, be playing with you. I was scared off rip. You feel me? So my first ever relationship, I was like, no, like they selfish. All of them, they all selfish, you feel me? So, but yeah, wasn't really no breakup that made me think like that. You know what I'm saying? This is how it is.
Yeah.
You feel me? And before I...
All right, and I can relate to that. That's how most guys are, is that when you sit back and you learn from other people's situation, it makes you more cautious to your situation. That's what's good about the internet. The internet allows all the young guys to come on here who hasn't quite been through the motion yet, and you can learn and have a heads up. And it's also for the guys who did get hurt, it's for you to come and refresh, so when you go back out, you have more of an awareness to what's going on. That's pretty much what he's saying, is that they're all selfish. They're all selfish if you put yourself in a position to give your all. That's what you have to realize. See, you have to learn to not give your all. The slower you move, the faster she will. The less you do, the more she will. And those are facts. Next video, we got, this podcast is going to be See the Thing Is podcast. And they're saying why men want women at a discount? Let's get to it.
Got a hold of this, and I want to read some of the responses. God forbid a man post me online to tell the world he got me at a discount. They are lazy and cheap and don't want to spend money on women. Not the side. Black people are the only fucking people that get fixated on this bullshit. These are two financially successful, stable people. It was enough for her, it was enough for him that they connected on an emotional and mental level. She might have already done all the towel dinners and all that other bullshit, been like, nah, this man actually is listening to me. How many times, ladies, do we fucking sit here and talk about men that don't listen? Bars. White people go on a fucking date on a hike. They'll go to fucking Applebee's for dollar margaritas, bitch. Yep. A lot of us live outside of our means to prove a point. And for what? Money is constantly thrown around as a substitute to compensate for something that's lacking. The only thing you're concerned about is what the shit looks like. You don't deserve what it actually should be. That's where I'm gonna leave it.
Ooh, I kind of like that. I kind of like where she was going with that, where she's saying that love should not be based off of the restaurant that you go to. It should be based off the time that you spent together. That is facts. But at the same time, both of you still have to have your head above water. I still believe that two broke people should not date. Two people that can hold their own should date. But two people who are struggling, you should not date. You should focus on getting back up to normality. And she is making a lot of sense where she's saying people are thinking too much what love is, and they're basing it on a materialistic way of living when it needs to be brought back down to the basics. She's absolutely right. But the basics now depends on where you live and what country you're in. Each place has a different mindset. Next video is going to be the girl from the last video giving a reality check to modern women. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because she's pretty. Let's get to it.
I hate having this who is the prize conversation, because I think both parties is the prize in the relationship. The relationship is the prize when both parties enter the relationship in good faith and willing to play their part to the best of their ability. But we're having this conversation to humble some of y'all broads, walking around thinking that y'all the prize because you got a womb, when you do not know how to be a woman. You don't even want to wash, cook, or clean. To cater to a man, you don't want to do anything to take the stress away from your man. But you have the audacity to think that you're the prize. What makes you the prize? Your ability to reproduce? Your ability to bear children when you don't even know how to control your womb? Let's talk about it. You open and give your womb to all dusties on the street, but you should still be the prize? And
Ooh, she came in checking them that time. She said you running around here giving your womb to everybody on the streets and you still want to be the prize. Well, we got to understand, guys, women are only thinking this way because they've been hypnotized. And the reason why they've been hypnotized is because we've been outnumbered by simps. So at the same time that we're giving women reality checks, it's hard for a lot of women to see reality because their facade is actually real to them. See, a lot of these women may think, oh, that girl thinks she's all that, but she may not have you, but she may have a guy lower quality than you that's still putting her on a pedestal, and the pedestal is all she wants. That's where the problem's at. See, you could put a woman on a pedestal for free. It doesn't require anything. So a woman is willing to date a broken dude if he's willing to be a servant to make her feel like a celebrity. That's where the mindsets are stuck at. All right, next video is going to be this girl talking about STDs, and I like what she's talking about in this direction. Let's get to it.
It's ultimate. The next time you decide to sleep with someone, okay, ask yourself if you are really interested in catching that STD, that spiritually transmitted demon, because that is what it is. Sex is a spiritual act, which is why it creates wealth. Sleep with people, we connect ourselves to their spirit, to their energy. It's transferable, okay? You create cords between you and that person, and if you are sleeping with someone who is not right up here, not right in here, hasn't healed from their past traumas, you are going to catch whatever demonic energies they have been dealing with, and after that sexual act you are going to be depleted. So ask yourself next time, do you want that STD?
And she is absolutely right. This is why we preach you must get in control of your desires. Because when you can't control your desires, you will be blinded by what you're chasing. So you will always be chasing a woman to sleep with her because you can't control your desires. You'll be blinded by everything that's coming at you. And that's what has happened to a lot of men. It's like now, after you've been hurt, after you've been through the struggle, after you done had your heart ripped out, now you come to these spaces and you learn to be cold-hearted so you see the reality of what's going on. You have to understand woman's nature. It's woman's nature. It's been here before you were able to learn about it, and it's not going to change. Men think a certain way and women think a certain way. You just have to learn to survive within the two. That's what separates the leader from the follower, the alpha from the beta, is that both of them are looking at life through two different angles. Once you go to the angle of studying reality, it is actually hard for you to go back around regular people. I'm just going to be honest with you. But when it comes to a woman, you and a woman, she's going to use her desires to control men. That's what women do. This is why they wear short clothes. This is why they know how to turn on the sexuality to control you. When you can learn to control what she's using to control you, then you'll be able to avoid these demonic spirits. All right, I got a bonus video from, let's see. Okay, we got I think this is cruise season, and it says, dating younger women does not guarantee that you can mold them. All right, let's get to this.
The grind regardless. And what I mean by that is, you have to find somebody that's compatible with you. It don't matter what age they are. Ask Tyrese. Tyrese is 40 something. He married a woman that I think was 24, 23, 25, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. And again, the ideology is different. He 40 something. You ready to settle down. I'm thinking about kids. I'm thinking about family. I'm thinking about legacy. She's 23, 24. I'm lit now. I'm Tyrese girl. I want to go out. I want to be on the scene. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to hang with my friends. I want to do all of that, right? So there's it's not just a foregone conclusion that when I date this younger woman, I'm gonna just be able to mold her into whoever I want her to be.
Oh yeah, that's
because young people are rebellious. That is what it is, and especially if they hadn't found their identity yet or who they are. So now they're gonna be out in these streets trying to find it, and now your old ass gonna be having to try to keep up with her, and more times than not, you're gonna fail at that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is why Tyrese is getting divorced now.
He's absolutely right. And I was talking about this the other day when I was telling guys about dating younger women and how the guy said, oh, I'm having fun with all these young girls and they're just submitting and it's so much different. And I told him, that's cap. You're lying. These young women are feisty. I'm still dealing with young women. You have to treat them like a daughter. They become a headache. When it's all said and done, I'm more comfortable dating women around my age because of the maturity level. All right? They're fun for in the bedroom. They're fun for one night and it's all cool and let them go giggle and hang back around their friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're good for like little flings. They're not good for you trying to mold into a relationship. One thing about it is these young cats now, they can get it too. So the average 22, 23-year-old guy out there, you have a lot of guys on their grind. So women don't necessarily need to jump up to an older man. Typically, the woman who grows up without a father will attempt to do that, but she's just trying to fulfill a void. Most girls who are on top of their game, they're gonna aim for the guys around their age that's on top of their game. And most women who are gonna date the older guy are gonna already be broken. That's how it's gonna be. The average woman that dates an older man by the time she's 22, 23 and maybe date a 35, 40-year-old, she's been ran through and has no guidance. That's the reality of it. Because a 22-year-old good quality woman can't take home a 36-year-old boyfriend. It just doesn't work that. But if she comes from a single mother home and the home's been broken, yeah, you could go there because they're both trying to find a way to come up. All right, hopefully you guys get the message behind the video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.